Okay, it's time to talk about The Flash because today we got a short but incredibly exciting look at the project. But most importantly, we got a look at a Batman, the back of a Batman. And we also got to hear Michael Keaton's Batman voiceover and so much more. I'm still shocked from all of this, and we got to kind of just discuss it immediately and kind of break it all down. Again, like we might have been expecting to see at least two bats, but we got two flashes, which is great. What do you make of what we all saw? Starting with you, Alex.
Yeah, so I would say this is a teaser in the most literal sense of the word. I feel very teased by this teaser. It showed us a little bit of something without giving us too much. So as you said, we got two Ezra Millers, and we only got a little taste of, Keaton's Batman. We only got the back of his head and the pointy ears. We also got a brief glimpse of the Batfleck cowl, which could tell us a few things. It seemed very somber when we saw it. I mean, I don't know if Ben Affleck's Batman died, but the big takeaway for me was, how heavily this seems to be pulling from Flashpoint. We already knew that this would at least loosely be based on Flashpoint. But seeing his mother and it teasing that he'll go back in time and kind of screw things up. I think it'll go with that foundation and then go wildly off course. But I was both very hyped by this teaser and still didn't get as much as I was hoping. But again, I will take what I can get.
Yeah, I know. I think we all were expecting so much, but at least this gives us like more of a visual as to where the direction that they're actually headed. Now, Joshua, I got to ask you this because you mentioned during our pre-show how it's a bold move starting off with the multiverse. In Flash's first solo outing. Did what we see today kind of calm your fears, or how did it make you feel?
It actually is going even further into the multiverse and doing more multiversal shenanigans than I anticipated. And it actually seems really exciting because, we pay attention to this stuff. So we knew Keaton was going to be, in this movie, and we knew there's going to be a new Supergirl. I didn't know there's going to be an extra Flash stuck in there. So that was actually the biggest thing to me. I'm like all about this Flash because I want to know his story. What is he doing there? Why is he wearing what appears to be Keaton's Batsuit spray painted with the Flash logo? Why does there need to be an extra Flash there with slightly longer hair? I want to know, how does he get involved in the story? Because obviously, Barry Allen goes to different universes, and if he's going to a universe that is not his own, of course he'd show up and there would be another Flash there. And that the fact that guy did not have a Flash costume of his own, looks like they had to make one for him out of, Batman's extra suits, makes me wonder, maybe that Flash of that world that doesn't have any powers. So they had to help him find his powers and join the team. And yeah, it does look like Barry is putting together a multiversal team where he has a Flash and he's got a new Supergirl and he's trying to recruit Keaton Batman. And so it looks like he's trying to build his own multiversal Justice League to deal with, whatever the threat is. Probably a threat of his own making because he mucked with time travel. It never works out.
No, it never does. No matter what genre you're in, be it a superhero movie or a romantic comedy movie, it just never works out in the end. But you brought up a point, Joshua, that I didn't even think about, that this could just be a Barry Allen that doesn't have any powers, because I'm pretty sure you remember way back when, however many months ago, when Andy Muschietti first posted that grid image of the spray painted Batman costume. A lot of people were assuming, even we did here at IGN in Entertainment Fix, we kind of speculated, I should say, that it could be the Red Death, which is a villain from a different universe. So this is just theorizing here. This could be maybe the Red Death before he becomes a Red Death. Who knows? I don't know. But breaking down the costumes, what are your thoughts, Joshua? Because I do believe we see. Look at that suit right there. Look at that suit. What does that remind you of? Can you kind of describe that suit for us, Joshua, the one that we just saw?
Yeah, well, the glowing lines, any comic book fan would probably recognize as the New 52 Flash costume, which it's just the normal Flash costume, but it has more lines on it. It's got racing stripes. It doesn't like do anything special that I know about. Maybe in the movie there will be a function to that, to why he creates this new suit. Maybe it helps him travel the multiverse a little better. I did think the helmet was a little too clunky for someone like the Flash. Like, you need to be aerodynamic because you're going like super fast, right? And he has this big clunky helmet. I don't know, Alex, what did you think of the costume?
I actually thought it looked really sleek. I see what you're saying about the helmet, but like, I don't know, maybe I'm just a sucker for the gold lines, but I was like, oh, like he's the Flash. That's what happens when he flashes. Like the gold lines go. So I actually thought it was pretty cool. We honestly didn't get a very, very close look at it in the light. Oh God, that shot in the dark looks so cool. I'm a fan.
Yeah, it looks so amazing. Like I love the highlights on that suit. It reminds me of Christmas. I don't know why I said that. He's not a house. I don't know why I said it reminds me of Christmas. I don't know. It's because it's lighting up. You know what I mean?
Put lights on him, like maybe it'd be like a Christmas tree. Yeah,
he's very festive. The way we see him right now. Now let's talk about what we didn't see. We didn't see the Batmobile, but we know it was there. Is it safe? I think it is a safe assumption to say it's the Burton Mobile, correct? It is the one that Keaton will be sporting on the road. What else was there anything that we didn't see that we're kind of like, oh, poo, wish we could have seen this, Alex?
Yeah, so we did get a good glimpse at Sasha Calle. I wanted to see more of her because we still don't really know her role in this movie yet. Obviously, they weren't going to tell us that today, but I would have liked to see just a little more. Obviously, it would have been nice to actually see, Keaton from the front so we can actually see what he looks like in the Batsuit again. And of course, we got a very, very short glimpse, like I said, of the Batfleck cowl. But I really want to know more, what's behind that. Again, did he die maybe in one of the timelines when Barry screwed something up? And that was just so mean when they ended it by pulling off the Batmobile. I do think you're right, and it's a pretty safe bet that is Keaton's Batmobile, because that is something I noticed throughout the teaser, was that there were a lot of homages to Burton's Batman, the opening shot. So, but like I said, there was plenty that we did see, but I want a little bit more. But maybe they don't have it ready yet for showing, so I get it.
How about you, Joshua? Is there anything that you wish we could have seen?
I wish we could have seen more Flash, because this was so Batman heavy. And, if anyone's been paying attention to what my commentary on this movie over the years it's been in development, it's that it sure is a lot of Batman for this Flash movie, like even the whole trailer, it's like, oh, we're pulling up to Wayne Manor, and like here's this bat cowl, and and then we're recruiting Keaton, and one of the Flashes is wearing the Batman costume, and it's like, it does make a certain amount of sense, I suppose, because as we saw in Justice League, Barry Allen, the Flash, is a huge fan of Batman. He fanboys out when he realizes that Bruce Wayne has come to recruit him to the Justice League. So it tracks that, Batman would mean a lot to him and would play a big role in his hero's journey. But it just seems like an awful lot of Batman for a Flash movie. Yep. But that said, it does hit, the big Flash notes, like we see him going back in time. It looks like he's about to touch his own mother on the shoulder, and those who know the Flash's origin story, his mother was killed, and that was part of his origin into becoming a detective, and then later a superhero. He actually has that in common with Batman. They both lost, their mothers. Batman also his father, so maybe there'll be an emotional connection for them there, and that'll be why Keaton decides to help out, this young whippersnapper Flash.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I really wish we could have seen a lot more of the Flash, but I understand why we had to see some Batman, because I feel like most of what we've been talking about are the Batman. We've been talking a lot, like just over the course of the months as this film's been in development. We've been talking a lot about Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton, all the different Batmans that are going to be in the movie. So I guess that's the reason why Muschietti and company decided to just give us, hey, you get the back of the bat head. That's it. You get nothing more. So yeah, this was a teaser though. Obviously there'll be more to come, and honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing more Ezra Miller rocking a choker when he presents these teasers and trailers.